Thank you, Anton, and good evening for all of you who join us today. So my name is Sari Ericsson. I work at the Finnish Embassy as a counselor of higher education and science. And today I'm going to give you a brief introduction to Finnish higher education and also how to study in Finland for those who might be interested in to take the adventure and continue studies in Finland in different levels. So briefly about them. So my presentation, I will speak in English, but my slides will be in Russian for those who probably prefer more information in Russian, and also there might be some students who for whom Russia is not the first language. First of all, about our higher education system, Finnish higher universities belongs to the Bologna. We are following the Bologna process, and also we have in Finland we are very relatively small country. We have 5.5 million citizens living in Finland. And the education has been always very important for our society. Finland is one of the European countries where actually the obligatory education, it was introduced in 1921. It was one of the last countries in Europe. But if we are looking the latest comparative education studies, for example, PISA results, we can see that Finland has been doing very well in education. We have very strong basic education system, and also we can say that we are very proud of the higher education system for such a small country as Finland is. A little bit more about our country. We have good relations with Russia. We are neighboring country, as I believe you all know. And if we are looking some statistics before the corona pandemic started, Finland was actually one of those countries in Europe that was giving most Schengen visas for Russian tourists and Russian citizens. We have approximately 900 Finnish companies working here in Finland. And I can say that the Russian students, they are one of the biggest group of foreign students studying in Finland. We also have many students coming from China and other Asian countries, for example, from Vietnam. But the Russian students, it has been historically one of those biggest foreign students groups that we have in Finland, in different locations in Finland. Mainly, if we are looking our Russian students that are studying in Finland, they are located in Helsinki region, in the capital region, where we have a number of universities. Our education system, basically some basic information. We have free education for from the basic education until the higher education for citizens living in Finland and studying in Finnish language, and also this Finnish language university studies, they are free of charge for any citizens, also for Russian students. But those who are willing to study in English, then there is going to be tuition fees for those students who are coming outside of the EU countries. I already mentioned about our education system. One of the basic idea behind the education, I can also see it's continuing in higher education, is that every student, every pupil, they should have same equal rights. The students, they are in our education system and also in universities, they are in the center of the learning. So they have students have a lot of autonomy. They are making decisions by themselves, and they can quite freely decide how they study, what they are studying, and and so on. Also, one of the elements that I would like to mention for you is about our library system. It's very popular in Finland to read for fun, read for hobby, and also we have every university, they have relatively good library systems where students are able to borrow books either electronically or physical books. And also student benefits. Those benefits, I will later on during my presentation, I will briefly discuss about different kind of student benefits, which are not only for Finnish students, they belong also for foreign students. But the idea is that the student well-being is very important. It's not only about learning academic skills, it's not only challenging yourself academically, but also the well-being and the whole idea of taking care of the students. That's very central in our education system. Also, what I want to briefly mention here is there is a World Happiness Report. It was published something like half year ago, and Finland has been first country to the most happiest country in the world for already 4 times. So this report that was published this year, again, Finland was keeping the leading place on that. And how do we see it? We see that one of the reasons why we can say that the Finns are relatively happy is because we have very good working and studying and living balance in Finland. So it's for example, students, there is a lot of emphasis also for their after school or after university activities, what they are doing. So there is idea about not putting too much pressure for students, and this idea also continues on the working place. So the working hours, comparing other European countries in Finland, are less than in central area. It's very typical in Finland that the working day starts around 8 o'clock and everybody finishing around 16 or at the 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's very typical, and the evenings are for family life or other individual businesses. If we briefly look at the education system, we have the education starts when the pupils turn 7 years old, and it continues until they are 18. So and after that, there is the model is quite flexible. We can see that there is not any lockdown, so there is possible to continue studies from different level to another level. And also you can see in this figure that we have this kind of dual model of higher education. So we have universities that are focusing on academic skills, and then we have universities of applied sciences, and those universities, they are more focused on working life, and there is a lot of trainees included in the studies. If you are looking for the, for example, nurses, they are studying at the University of Applied Sciences, and there is different kind of, for example, engineering studies that are possible to do at the University of Applied Sciences and also at the university. And there is also always possibility if students are first starting at the, for example, at the University of Applied Studies, then continue their studies at the universities after the bachelor degree. And also at University of Applied Sciences, there is possibility to continue studies, to magistrature studies, but there is always needed 3 years of working life experience, which tells about the different kind of focus of these systems. In universities, there is no need for working life experiences, but at the University of Applied Sciences, it's more focused on that. And also continuing studies at the PhD level, it's always possible from both models. Here is the list of the universities we have. We have 23 universities of applied sciences, and then we have 13 universities, like academic universities. One of our most well-known, at least if we are looking different kind of rankings, is the University of Helsinki. But also I would like to mention here that we have, as you can see, that we don't have so many universities. I think in Russia you have something like 600 universities, and this is it's difficult, of course, to compare with a small country like Finland. But in Finland, among those universities we have 10 of them, they belong to the 500 top universities in the world. So I would say that's quite a good, not bad for us. And the University of Helsinki belongs to the top 100 universities. I think in the latest rankings, it's taking the place 82 or something, around 80. So we have in Finland, there is you can study in 3 different languages. First of all, in Finnish and Swedish, and those studies, they are free of charge for all students. And then we have more than 400, almost 500 different kind of English language programs in bachelor and master level. And if you're looking to PhD level studies, very often those programs, they are run in English. And we are having more and more foreign students coming to study in Finland every year. And there is always, if you're looking those numbers, we can see that there is interest is increasing, as there is also every year there are more and more those programs in English. And also, if you look at the University of Applied Sciences, there are at the moment there are more than 100 different English language programs in our universities. And in University of Applied Sciences, there are a little bit less international students, but I can say that the University of Applied Sciences, especially those who are located, one of those biggest universities which are located in Helsinki region, they have most Russian students. So it's very popular for Russian students to study, for example, at Hakahelia University or Laurea University. They are very popular for those students. And also, if we are looking at the costs, that's always the question that are very important when students are making the decisions. You can see here a little bit of the difference studying in university and University of Applied Sciences. Studying the magistrature studies at the university, it's depending on the courses, it is a little bit more expensive. There is always, when you are doing the decision in which faculty, which university you are going, it's better to check with the university, especially in which courses you are taking. Also, one of the things that it's always important to take in account, that when you are applying the visa, there is a residence permit where you need to have, where you need to show that you have a bit more than 6,000 euros per year. And when we are talking about costs, we can also say that we do have a scholarship program. We don't have any national scholarship program, but we do have every university, they do have their own scholarship programs. And approximately it's around 70% of all of those students who are applying to study in Finland, they are also getting the scholarship. And it's when you are applying to a study place, you can at the same time, you can apply for the scholarship. But this also, it depends of the university, how you can apply it, and universities decided by themselves if they are which students are getting it. And also, if you are not getting it for the first year, there's always possibility to receive the scholarship later on. And about the student benefits, you can see on this is the map of Finland, and you can see that the living cost varies between the cities. If you are going to the north in Lapland in Finland, its living costs, they are less, and comparing the living costs in capital region. This is in this map you can see, for example, at the city of Helsinki, the living renting cost for apartment per month is around 700-800 euros, and in Rovaniemi it's approximately 500 euros per month that you are paying for the living. And also, what I want to show you here that in Finland we also have every university, they have a cafeteria, and students, they will get lunches for €2.70. And also there is different kind of facilities for students, for example, gyms and other student organizations, which are relatively low cost for students. When you are applying, so what do you need for applying? First of all, if you are applying for studying in a candidate program, you will need the certificate of school certificate. And also every time if you are applying, you need to approve your English language. So you have to do a test of English language, and then you have the certificate of the school certificate. And it's also if you are applying for the magistratura at universities, then you need those documents that you have finished your bachelor studies, and also you will need the certificate for language. But for studying the PhD, before you are applying for PhD position, you will also need to contact the professor at the university that you are willing to apply, and have those discussions already before you are applying for these doctoral school places. So and also every time when you are planning about applying, it's good in advance to contact the university and the international office and have discussion with them that in which program you are willing to enter and what kind of documents you will need. They are very helpful, because there might be some variation between the different programs, between the different faculties. So for us, it's difficult to get direct advices. We very often recommend all of those applicants to contact the university, and they will give you they will have all information, how and what do you need, and also they are guiding you to apply for scholarships at the same time. But when you start applying, it's every time, always in every level, it's free of charge. You don't need to pay anything before you are really getting the studying place. And it's very easy. You can always check from the studyinfo.fi on that web page, and every information you need you can find from that web page. We have twice a year. We have a period of applying. We just in September was the last applying period, and the next one is starting at the beginning of January. And also there might be different kind of programs where you can apply all around the year. So 5th of January until the 19th of January is the next time when you can apply for bachelor and magister programs. If you need more information, how is it living in Finland, why to study in Finland, how is the student life in Finland, you can find more information on this webpage, highereducation.fi, or you can also join our events that we are organizing. We will have next Thursday, there is going to be a webinar, Future is Made in Finland. And on that webinar, we have also a session in Russian, and there are some speakers and students who are already studying in Finland. They are also giving information from their perspective, how is it to study in Finland, and also there is going to be some experts telling some information about the Finland. So please join on that. And also I would like to mention here that together with the High School of Economics, we are also organizing a next webinar together with the Nokia. And on that webinar, you can hear more about how to work in Finland. I think I will, there is a link for the video, you can copy it. I can also put it in the chat box, and you can have a look. There is the one Russian guy telling about how is it working, how does it look for him to work in Nokia. So you can also have a look on that. But anyway, I will stop here. Here is also the links for where you can find more information. If you have any questions, I would be very happy to answer.